OK, they weren't examples. I've got the original document. It's right here.
Now, that was Victoria, Derbyshire, and that's our Minister for Transport, Mark Harper, getting his backside handed to him on Sunday about the nonsense that our Rishi Sunak had said at the conference about his grand scheme of things to replace HS2.
Let me ask you about Manchester.
The point is, significant amounts of money are now available with the cancellation of HS2 to give that money to elected mayors in all parts of the country, whether it's the North East, Manchester or the West Midlands, for them to spend on the priorities they determine are important for the people they represent. That's much better than it all being decided by the government at Westminster.
What's Mark Harper doing? Reading off an autocue? It just sounds incredibly monolonic, doesn't it? But anyway, can you imagine asking ChatGPT to create an out-of-depth Tory MP? It will probably create Mark Harper, won't it? And as you will soon find out with this ridiculous statement he makes.
But if that is the point, then why do you release a document saying the Leamside line, closed in 1964, will also be reopened? Why release a document saying Bristol's going to get a new mass transit system?
Because we gave some examples.
And why delete it?
We gave some examples.
Yes, folks, they're just examples. It's what we all do, don't we? You know, when we set up a great plan, we tell everybody what we're going to do, and then when they don't come to fruition, they're now then called examples. And then we delete them after. It's what we all do, don't we? Oh, what a bell topper. Anyway, Victoria, serve his backside on a silver platter and take no prisoners.
To people about the sorts of things, and we know these things are priorities locally, the sorts of things that money could be spent on to bring it to life for people.
I've got the original
and we know
document,
those are local priorities.
OK, they weren't examples. I've got the original document. It's right here. I'm sorry to keep repeating the same point, but the Leamside line, closed in 1964, will be reopened. Bristol will get a new mass transit system. Let me ask you about Manchester. In the deleted document, you promised a link road between the M62 and the M60, a project that was already announced back in 2020. The new document talks about 2 projects in Manchester. Which new roads is Manchester going to get?
Well, unfortunately, that clip ended there. But I would have loved to have heard what our ChatGPT Tory MP creation would have come up with. Probably, no doubt, a load more of guff and nonsense, just talking utter codswallop. And also, speaking of codswallop, I wonder if he learned all that guff and nonsense from this guy.
The Northern Powerhouse is a wonderful phrase, but the people of Northern England deserve more than a slogan. They need action. So, Madam Deputy Speaker, how do we make the aspiration a reality? There is no doubt that over successive governments there has been a substantial funding gap between London Transport and Northern Transport.
Would you give away on that point?
Yes, of course.
I asked the question of the honourable lady opposite, but does he agree that this lack of investment has been for generations? This is not a party political issue. It should be something we work cross-party on to deliver the solutions we all know we need.
Well, I thank my honourable friend from Thirsk Malton for the intervention. He, I know, has done excellent work analysing these numbers, and I completely agree with the point that he makes. It is multi-generational. Well, the point is, from here, that gap needs to start closing.
Yeah.
Secondly, London has Crossrail, the Midlands are getting HS2. Now we in the North need the government to back Northern Powerhouse Rail. The government's £300 million down payment is certainly welcome, but we will need a lot more to show the people of the North that the government means business.
I wonder whatever happened to that guy. No. But anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and if you want to watch another video of Victoria, Derbyshire serving another Tory MP's backside to them, maybe you might want to watch this video here. And it just leaves me to say, until the next time, take care, my friends, and see you next time.